Yeah, but it's only a short demonstration. So the family finder is open, and I typed in fish, which in the family finder is also called fishes. Because there is no such thing as a kingdom fish. It doesn't exist, it's only in homeopathy. We have those kingdom names that are not always exact, but I prefer to use the names that we use in daily life, because otherwise you get, confused with all these Latin names. And so that is a new feature. The update has now the family and the remedy section also working. So now I choose family, fish, and then you click here, and then you see here what we just went through, the fish characteristics, but you also have them in like 4 different levels. So the bold underlined is the experience, which equals the sensation. That's the sensation of fish. Then you have the themes that will mean that they will talk about it, like they love speed, the agile motion, or even motion. You can almost have like a comma there, because motion can also be disturbing. There's something with motion. And my home, and between brackets, is special because it's their home, it's their creation, it's their, they're decorated in a specific way. So we all have a home, but with fish, it has an important place. And then the context is they're odd, sometimes a bit extravagant in an unconspicuous way. So there's something that is not common, but it's difficult to say what. And they often have this exaggerated kind of symptoms that other people have, but in their case it's exaggerated. Something with legs, no legs, feeling only one leg, two different legs, being afraid of losing a leg, etc. Wants to be normal or outstanding. I have seen it in both occasions, and probably that's due to the differences we have among fish. Like an exotic fish might be something completely different than a mackerel, and a predator fish might be something completely different. Especially the urolophus I was talking about wanted to be outstanding, like the man who has this position of all women, of every level in the whole league. Longing for babies, we know this of salmon. I didn't talk about salmon much because I think it's the most well-known fish, so I don't have to repeat it. Playful and creative, we went through that specific fish, especially the exotic ones, not all of them. The barracuda was not particularly playful, it was more dangerous kind of, and the excessive sweating. And I want to make it small. Tim, I need you because my icon is gone here. To make it small because this is in the way. Okay, yeah, here. Oh yeah, let's see what you are going to do. Yeah, because now I have the family finder. So if you see fishes, it says 34 representatives. Now you see it's in red and some will be in black. The red is a new feature that means 3D. So whenever something pops up in red, it's 3D. Whenever a remedy pops up in black, it's 2D. So you don't have to think that the family finder thinks for you. It already makes a distinction. So even if you don't know whether you're in second dimension or third dimension, never mind, the family finder will tell you. Then you have the family members under navigate, and you click fish just to have a look. No, that's 3 family members. And then you see all the family members you can find in Opus, not necessarily in the family finder, but in radar Opus. So, and then you can scroll down, so all these fish. So there are 34, they're more than you would think. And some of them, of course, will be in the family finder, not all of them. Up to now, there are 484 remedies already in the family finder, and I'm working on them on a daily basis. Yeah, well, that's not a problem if you have yeah. Oh, she said if you have a remedy, you find the remedy by the family finder, and it's difficult to find them, to buy them. Yes, some are not for sale yet, so you will have to make them in the radionic machine. Radionic device, yeah. That's what I need to do. A radionic device, radionic machine. Yeah. So let's say you want to see if you can find the remedy here. Fish, Platessa, we say Pleuronectus. Pleuronectus, that was one of the examples I gave you because I know it's in the family find, it's one of my cases. So here is the name, then the remedy, you click on the remedy, you see it's red, of course it's red because it's an animal. And then in the box down, you see the characteristics of the Pleuronectus, Platessa. So the fishy odor is context because it's in, how do you say, in italics. And the shyness also means context. There's no experience and there's no team. When I don't have it, I'm not inventing it. I cannot say what is the particular experience of this particular fish. I would expect it to have the same general features of all fish, namely weightlessness and all that. This particular fish didn't tell me. But what I saw was this person walks in, and you cannot believe it, there was a fishy odor in my office. Strange. A man like in 60 something, 63, 64, walking with a fishy odor. And it was gone after the first intake. And with kind of a shy attitude. So you probably have shy fish, why not? And then there were a few Pleuronectus, because it's not only one case. So the woman was not smelly, but she felt like she was dying when she was away from home. So all this comes from cases. You can see how general features more and more add up. There's something with my home, there's some fear of leaving home. She was even feeling that she was going to die when she was not at home or far away. And that was a person that on holidays had only one wish. She would go with her husband to please him. She felt like dying. The sooner I can go home, the better. For her holidays was not fun. Aversion to move from here to there. So I write conversion, but sometimes they like it, the movement from here to there, and sometimes they have an aversion. And you heard this with this patient. When there's too much activity of the children, too much movement, I'm not good. And it's the movement, they just can't cope with it. Loves to drive quickly and navigate in between everything. So that's when they're okay with it. Then you feel agile, like you can move between everything. And sometimes they make this gesture, like, you know, I can move between everything that's happening. And one fish case I've seen lately, the one with the narrow face, she said, I do my exercise in the morning, it's really good for me. I said, what did you do? Oh, it takes a long time, it takes an hour. And it really does me good. I said, yeah, okay, what do you do? Yeah, you know, I'm very precise and all that, and I have a therapist, and she showed me these exercises and stretching exercises because I'm very tense. Stretching exercises. Okay. So what exactly do you do? I think you wake up 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30, to do an hour of exercises because you used to wake up at 5:30 because it takes a long time to prepare a specific diet and everything, and then go to work. And so she said, well, I stretch like this. And then she showed me how she stretched. And then I have this big ball and I roll, you know, my back like this. And she was doing all her exercises. So she was standing up and then she said, I do like this. And then I do like this. And this went on and on. I'm such a pity I don't have this on tape, you know. And then she said, I stretch and I sing. And I start to sing, you know. And I stretch and I stretch and I stretch. I saw her. I stretch and I stretch. Oh, I so wished I had this on tape. She was swimming. Yeah. And I was doing so good. So it started with stretching, but it ended with swimming in the air. Yeah. Singing and swimming in the air. This was a depressed woman. A very tense and depressed woman that said, my exercise do me good in the morning. So if you go with that, when you don't ask for any details, you'll miss a lot. She was showing me exactly how she was singing and swinging and swimming in the air, yeah, in the body. So the agile movement can also be the one that does good. That's the only thing that I feel good with. That I feel my body moving in between all the things that are happening. So everybody is or needs to be the same, not standing out. Obviously, this would be fish, like this platessa. That is not a very remarkable one, and in big shoals. Everybody should be the same and should not stand out. And then the herpes in the eye, the premature glaucoma was the physical complaint of one of those patients. So that you don't have to generalize. I'm just writing it. It's one expression. It means one patient had this problem. Doesn't mean that it's typical for all these pleuronectis, but at least if you ever have a similar case and there's a similar thing with the eye, because very often they have problems with the eyes and with the ears as well. Fish, yeah, and very often with the eyes, by the way. And also bone, we said so, a bone and skeleton, but often with the eyes. And that will be even more confusing because also birds have it. In birds, it's a very particular thing, the eyes, but not necessarily problems. But the eyes are prominent in bird cases, and you already have to differentiate between birds and fish with the flying and all that, and the animal characteristics on the horizontal scale close to each other, right? You won't mistake between mollusks and birds. They're too far apart. That won't be a problem. If you think on animals, you won't have to differentiate between those. You won't have to differentiate between insects and mammals. That doesn't happen because they're too far apart. The one is very primitive, very immature, and very dependent, and the other have, an established self-esteem, feeling of identity, know how to go about in the world. So they're too far apart. But birds and fish are close. That's where you have to differentiate. It's birds, it's fish, and it's mammals, but especially birds and fish. Because they have features in common, and the eyes is another one. But in birds, the eyes is important because the vision is important. Yeah. The focus is important. The overview, the panoramic overview. So it has all to do with looking, with using your eyes, being dependent on your eyes. And they will use those words. I need my focus, I lose my focus, or I'm very focused, or I like to have overview, or my particular vision, or I'm so high I can look down and see everything. Literally, I want to have this, literally this overview of things. And that's not in fish. The problems in fish is more problems with their eyes. They have some disturbance, some disease, some problem, some symptom. So that was one fish. You can then think about another one or go back to family and see what else you want to have a look at. So we go back to fish. You can look at the family tree, but then you have to look for a fish, a particular fish, or let's say we choose one, like the Carassius, that's a goldfish. Let's see if we have this one. Carassius. You look for remedy. And type this in Carassius. It's not there. You can tell because it's red. Amphitropion, as far as I know, that's an exotic one. Amphitropion, no, not there yet. Well, I'm working on it, so there will be added. But I like to have more than one case before they're added in the family finder, that we have a bit more evidence. Rolophus, Look at this one. In Opus, some are, how to say, classical provings. Yeah. Some were provings done after, like I show you, the yellow box fish and those. And I can give you the provings if you want. And I don't know if Victoria's remedies are already in. I'm not sure. So the urolophus is in there. Of course, it's red again. And you can see here the expressions, the experience, the theme, and the expressions. Very aggressive, fights when cornered, demanding, begging, food issues, because I had a few urolophus cases, so there's not everything in every case, right? Uncontrollable and explosive anger, can't stop. When they're angry, they don't know how to stop. Comatose sleep, proof I belong to the top. I can get all women, that's what I told you. I can get them all. Can be men, in case of a man. And the sweating was also in the urolophus. So that's why I'm saying it's more in the predator fish, but it can be in other fish as well. About the sleep, there's another fish I remember had difficulties with sleep, like going to sleep only halfway the night. Okay, well, I'm done. That was good timing, wasn't it? Yeah, I just wanted to show this. That was about it.